Welcome back. You're watching Storyboard. As India unlocks and brands jostle to gain consumer attention, Mars Wrigley is set to relaunch one of India's oldest chewing gum brands, Boomer, with its iconic Boom Boom Boomer campaign. Ankita Saxena speaks to Yogesh Tewari, marketing director, Mars Wrigley, about this relaunch and the new campaign. Listen in. Hi Yogesh, welcome to CNBC TV18. Many thanks for joining us.
Hi, Ankita.
Now Yogesh, Boomer is coming out with its iconic tune after a very long time, which was a very strong part of childhood memories. What made you want to come back with it? And Boomer itself is coming out with a campaign after a long hiatus of a good 7 to 8 years.
Ankita, Uber is our biggest brand in the gum segment. It is one of the oldest brands in India, the first bubblegum brand, and still continues to be the largest bubblegum brand in India. It's an iconic brand for us, most widely distributed, has a great equity, and there's no better time to relaunch the brand and get back growth momentum on the gum segment than today. So with that in mind, we've decided to relaunch the brand that consumers love, an iconic brand with its iconic campaign, and that's the plan of a great campaign with a great support going forward.
Yogesh, take us through the impact that the lockdown has had on your business. Namas Wrigley's has categories like chocolates, you have mints, you have chewing gums. What impact did it have on the demand, distribution, and sales?
Yeah, I think COVID and lockdown has had impact in categories that depend on impulse and that depend upon out of home consumption, especially our categories, and especially gum, mints, candies have been the most worst affected. But now, as lockdown is opening, we are seeing the demand coming back.
Yogesh, do you think this is the right time to connect with the audience in order to keep the brand relevant and pertinent to the consumers as we slowly unlock now?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think it's a great opportunity because wherever you look around, TV viewership is going up. Consumers, because of restricted living environment with very few entertainment options outside the home, we are looking at more looking at entertainment through television and through live streaming. So therefore, there's no better time. Secondly, there's decreased clutter, and therefore for brands to invest at this time to talk to their consumers, build relevance, build their brand equity, there can be no better time. So with that in mind, with our distribution coming back on track, with the demand always being there, this is the time when we said we should leverage investing behind our biggest gum brand, Boomer, and getting it back on air.
Yogesh, you mentioned two things here. One was building the brand equity, and second was investing in the brand. Could you give us a sense of the percentage increase in your ad spends now vis-a-vis the pre-COVID times? Now more so because brands would want to come out and communicate more with the audience. They have been off the shelves for various reasons, whether it was the problem with the distribution and the supply or the production. How will you take this forward? How will your ad spends look like now?
Yeah, so essentially we've been off air on Boomer. This is the first time when we're coming back after 6 years. So for Boomer, the base hasn't been there. Even otherwise, during COVID, we've been limiting our communication to only digital communication, trying to build relevance because our distribution wasn't there. So now we've got plans to come back on air for the next second half of the year at levels which we would have normally invested in. So in a normal year as well, we would have invested basis our media key beliefs and media philosophy. So we are working at the same levels.
Yogesh, finally, the campaign looks funny. It's quirky. You're back with your iconic tune. Tell us, what was the insight behind the campaign? What was the idea behind the campaign?
So Boomer is an iconic brand. I think it's 25-year-old brand. It's got its own legacy. It's a brand where we wanted to pull on nostalgia because kids that have been there in late 80s, 90s, and early 2000s would remember the iconic Boomer campaigns. They would remember the iconic, jingle boom boom boomer. So with this new campaign and relaunched campaign, one, we wanted to address nostalgia, bring those old generation boomer consumers back into the fold.
All right, Yogesh, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Ankita. It was a pleasure talking to you.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all of our content on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back same time next week. See you soon.